Hey, what's up, guys? Listen, if you are Gabrielle Union, you should be ashamed of yourself. And Dwayne Wade, we're throwing you in there too. What am I talking about? Dwayne Wade is doing interviews now about the shame and guilt he felt from having an outside baby on Gabrielle Union. And we're going to get into it because it shows that once again, do you feel any outside shame about literally disowning the child? Because through Gabrielle's own admissions, she felt such insecurity about being infertile at the time that she could not bring herself to accept the outside baby that you had. Again, why does the innocent child have to suffer? I don't know. But y'all, let's get into this because Dwayne Wade, it's really like annoying because at one point Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union were the poster child for healthy love, for this and that. I knew something was wrong when he said that his wife, Gabrielle Union, who makes 1/20th of what he does, has to contribute 50-50 to the household. And Gabrielle Union's fine with that because that's how she ensures that he respects her. And I said, in what world does your husband, the father of your children, have to respect you only if you not even make as much, but if you pay half the bills? I said it sounded like everybody likes to hold them up as the perfect couple, but to me, it sounds like a pick-me paradise. It sounds like someone literally, the manosphere loves a good pick-me. Anyway, Dwayne Wade recounted the rough time he had telling Gabrielle Union he had fathered a child with another woman. This fool, the rough time he had. Listen to this. Dwayne Wade is looking back at a painful moment in his past with white Gabrielle Union, one that almost led to the end of the relationship. Now, keep in mind this is a child that he has absolutely no contact with. And him and Gabrielle keep using the birth of this child to sell their books and sell their projects, and nobody ever calls them out. Again, it was an outside baby. You guys were not together. The only issue was, right? The only issue was Gabrielle couldn't conceive naturally. She had had miscarriages and she was furious and blamed that girl and the baby, or took her anger out. I'm guessing, right? They said, now while on Shannon Sharp's Club Shay Shay podcast, Dwayne talked about the time he had to tell Gabrielle that he had fathered his son Xavier with another woman during a break in their relationship. He said at the time, back in 2013, he moved to end the relationship thinking it would be best for both of them. He said, I tried to wiggle my way out of it. I tried to break up with her, saying, hey, things have been bad lately. Hey, we've been having a little distance in our relationship anyway. I tried all that. She kept showing up. Now, a couple of things I do want to point out, because I said the same thing y'all did. If you guys were on a break, then how'd you have to break up with her? Methinks your lies aren't adding up. So you had an outside baby, and it looks like maybe Gabrielle was like, oh, you know what? We weren't together anyway. Maybe that's where her anger comes at the child. But at the end of the day, the child is 9 years old. When are you going to let them come back into the fold? They said Dwayne knew it was imperative to have the hard conversation with Gabrielle to talk to her about fathering her child with another woman. He said, you're thinking about it. It's all scary. One, the whole situation is scary enough. You're a public figure, but you know that this is going to hurt someone that you've been building a relationship with and a life with. The fact that he said that unironically, when baby, you're the one that was out in them streets. You're the one that was doing the hokey pokey. And now you're saying that I'm a public figure and someone I've been building a relationship with and a life with. So if you didn't get caught, you would feel absolutely zero shame about this mess with you and Gabrielle and having an outside and having a side chick, whatever. But this is what you're saying? He said, no matter what people say on the outside or what people want to think, ultimately, you got to sit with you and you got to sit with the person. And I had to sit with my wife and have this conversation. Boo effing who? Again, still no mention of this child, that you are not involved in his life. Dwayne said it coincided with the playoffs and it was a rough time, but that he couldn't have gotten through the situation without Gabrielle by his side. Can I just say something? Can you imagine being his 9-year-old son and reading this? Like, the fact that Gabriel and Dwayne Wade seem to do whatever they can to sell their projects with no remorse, they truly are the same person. Gabrielle Union has been accused of being a mean girl. She says she's a reformed mean girl, but it does seem that they are a match made in what the F heaven. Ultimately, the couple elected to move through their relationship difficulties and were engaged in December 2013, marrying the following August. After dealing with years of infertility, which they spoke openly about, they went on to welcome their daughter, Kavia James Union. Again, if you guys don't know, that baby, that 9-year-old is still not around. She's never gotten over her anger, which makes me think that she actually reformed. He said it wasn't perfect. It'll never be perfect, but that was 9 years ago. We go to therapy. We've had shouts about it. We've had regular conversations about it. And so it's been something it's going to be something I have to work on. It doesn't go away because years come and because I say I'm sorry. The fact that you are speaking on a 9-year-old. And you know, the thing is, and I will honestly stand like this, I think, my opinion, Gabrielle Union was so incensed, so raised, so hurt, that since she took him back, like every dysfunctional relationship, she blamed the baby. She blamed this. She blamed that. All right, cool. But the fact that Dwayne Wade, and that's bad enough, but the fact that Dwayne Wade used her anger and her fear and her just not thinking clearly to use that as an excuse to be completely checked out of his child's life is even more disgusting. Like I said, they deserve each other. In an essay for Time in 2021, it doesn't go away because years come. You mean the baby you created? Anyway, Gabrielle Union shared her own perspective of the couple's emotional journey. She said, "It should go without saying that we're not in a good place at the we were not in a good place at the time the child was conceived, but we're doing much better when he finally told me about the pregnancy. To say I was devastated is to pick a word on a low shelf for convenience. There are people, strangers I've never met, who have been upset that I've not previously talked about trauma. I've not had words, and even after untold amounts of therapy, I'm not sure I have them now." She said the experience was all part of the story. She said, "At the end of this day, this is my family. This is my story. We're going to get through this, and we're going to get through it." And he said, "I don't know how we're going to get through this, but we're going to get through this." Y'all, what in the world is that? How? Because they sold us this picture of a perfect family. How is this allowed to be? When are we going to start calling people out for not taking care of their children, not fathering the children? And actually, at the end of the day, I know she has trauma, but when is Gabrielle Union going to get over it? Because at the end of the day, when you stay with a man or even a woman that had a child outside the relationship, they say a break. Dwayne Wade in this thing said it was a relationship. When do you finally take a step back and be like, oh, wait, as much as it hurts, this child is innocent. I can be mad at the mom I want, but this child is innocent. The child is not a reminder. That person that did this to you is still in the bed next to you. So if you think he's changed and you're trying to get through it, why can't you let that innocent child actually know their brothers and sisters? Why can't you let that innocent child actually be a part of the world that that child deserves? Because at the end of the day, Gabrielle and Dwayne can get divorced. They can never talk to him again. Heck, he can do 20 other things. She can be late with the rent and he decides to kick her out. But at the end of the day, blood is blood. Family is family. And an innocent child who is now not even a child, 9 years old, a couple of ways away from being preteen. Y'all listen, let me know what you think. Are you siding with Gabrielle Union? Are you siding with what Dwayne Wade is up to? They all are giving me trash vibes, but let me know what you think in the comments. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.